Hey there everybody! So as you can tell from the title of this video, this is going to be a little talk about my braces experience. And yes, I have had braces. This is the 6th time. It all started when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I had lost most of my baby teeth, I know, weird, by that time. And a lot of my teeth didn't have enough room to come in because they were coming in before I had grown properly and just all that kind of stuff. So my parents were told by my dentist that maybe an orthodontist would be a good place to go to. So we went there and they put expanders / spacers on me, which basically looked just like these braces that I have now, except I think there were springs in between each bracket. I don't remember for sure because it was a while ago. Basically, these teeth, my canines, were trying to be reverse vampire teeth, and they didn't have enough room to come in, so that's where the expanders came in, and they helped let those teeth have room to come down because my arches, like where my back tooth goes to my other back tooth, that's an arch, it gave that room to widen out so then my teeth could come in. So then once those had done their job and all my teeth had nice enough room to be teeth, I was 11 or 12, I think. I got braces again because I was quote unquote finished growing according to my orthodontist, which I thought was really strange. I don't understand that. But anyway, I had braces again, and then when I was in 7th grade, so around 13, 14-ish, I think, I got those off, and because I was finished growing. The orthodontist apparently forgot that both of my parents are over 6 foot. So I think I was probably still in the mid 5 foot range at that time, if that. That orthodontist put permanent retainers on the backs of my teeth, which didn't affect my speaking or anything like that, which was awesome. But there was basically a wire that went from these 4 teeth, I think I got that right, and then cemented on the back of each of those teeth, and then on my bottom teeth, from there to there, with just cement on each place so it was easier to floss on the bottom, which was awesome. When I was a senior in high school, I started noticing that my teeth didn't quite fit together as they should, which was really driving me nuts, and my jaw was kind of getting more sore. So I went back to that same orthodontist and had more braces put on right after prom. They wanted to put them on before prom, and my mom was like, "Excuse you, we're gonna get some good prom pictures. Thanks, bye." Not that rude, but it was one of those mama bear moments when she was like, "This is the only prom my daughter is ever gonna go to, and we're gonna get cute pictures." So thanks, Mom, I love you. So I had those braces taken off, and then when I was around 21 or 22, maybe before then, because it was around the time I got Fella here, I started noticing that my jaw issues had gotten worse and worse, and it was just really odd to chew. I could really only chew on the left side, and that was kind of annoying. So we went to a jaw specialist, and my mom had also gone to this specialist, and she saw that it can be genetic, what she has, and she wanted to catch it in me before it got really, really bad. So then I was put on a Mago, which basically is a jaw splint, but it doesn't hurt, and I can still go about my, or still could go about my regular business. It basically looked like, you know those Invisalign retainer looking things? It basically looked like that, but there was a lot of space. There was thickness between my front teeth, and it was just on my top teeth, and it was a retainer. The Mago was used to put my jaw in the right place because I'd go in about once a week and they'd shave down. They'd say, "Okay, where are you hitting the hardest?" And I would say, "Oh, I'm hitting on this tooth the hardest." And then they have you, it's kind of like carbon paper, but it's for this. I don't actually know what it's called. Sorry, but they place that in your mouth and they have you bite down. They say tap, 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 and then you tap, tap, tap. And then it makes marks where you're hitting the hardest so that they can make sure that your teeth are hitting where they should, and it keeps your jaw in the right place all at the same time. It's a really nifty little tool. So the Mago took probably about a year-ish, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. So now I'm just trying to get my teeth to cooperate where my jaw needs to be and have all of my teeth touching where they should. After I came out of the Mago, we discovered that I had a very open bite, which basically means that I was touching in some places and then other places there was no contact with the teeth unless I would force it, which doesn't always feel very good, but sometimes it's okay. force it closed, and then like my jaw kind of does, like this is kind of how my jaw, this is kind of how my teeth were. I was only touching in the far back left with my very back teeth there. So that's why it was more comfortable to chew just on my left side. So once the braces went on for the 4th time, it was a lot easier to eat because my teeth were hitting where they should be and the adjustments were coming along, and it was just a lot more comfortable. I actually had set number 4 taken off when I was in a good friend's wedding because I had braces when my brother got married when I was in high school, and I just don't really enjoy looking at those photos. Looking back, I could have left the braces on for my friend's wedding because I don't know, it would have been fine, but it was kind of nice to have a little bit of freedom. And I actually met my husband when I didn't have braces, so that was really nice too. So Jake and I met over Labor Day weekend, and I didn't have braces, and the braces were supposed to go on while he was visiting, so that was another call by my mom saying, "Wait, you have such a pretty smile, don't hide them behind the braces yet, let's wait so you can meet Jake." So thanks again, Mom, for looking out for me. So I think the week after Jake and I met in person, I had my braces put back on for several months. I believe it was August to April, and we thought I was done. We were like, yay, hooray, just in time for my wedding. This is so exciting. I'm completely done with braces. Yeah, no. I wore my retainer like I was supposed to, and I went back in for a couple of checkups, and my orthodontist, my awesome orthodontist, just wasn't very happy with where my teeth were. It turns out that with set number 5, I was wearing rubber bands like I was supposed to, but that was manipulating my jaw, and my teeth were correct when the rubber bands were in. But then as soon as I take the rubber bands out, my jaw would go back into place, and it turned out that I still had a little bit of an open bite. So here we are, round 6, and I'm actually on a mini Mago. It's a little bit hard to understand me when I'm talking, so that's why I'm not wearing it right now, but I do wear it when I sleep and most of the day. My orthodontist decided that with round 6, here let's try putting bars across the roof of my mouth. They're not touching the roof of my mouth, but they're going from back tooth to back tooth, and I can actually stick my tongue through and like massage the roof of my mouth if I need to. I don't know why I would, but just like if food gets stuck up there, it's not an issue usually, unless it gets wrapped around the bars, which is not very fun. I end up making a gagging noise. Anyway, TMI. The bars, as I said before, go, and I have a picture of this, so I'll show that to you too, go from the top second to back to the top second to back. I also had another bar that was on the teeth behind those, but that one tended to gag me a little bit, and I wasn't able to say several words, and it was cutting into my tongue, which I'll also show you. But there was 2 lines instead of 1. So anyway, these bars were in place, and then anytime I swallow or talk with certain words, my tongue pushes that bar, which then pushes the teeth up into my gums, which is really good because that's where the issue was my teeth were down too far, so then the bars helping them go back up, so then I'll have a better bite. For my case, I either needed to do the bars or the bars and surgery. So I opted out of the surgery, hoping that this will work good enough for me because the less surgery, the better. The surgery would have put bars or anchors, I think they're called, in my gums above my teeth, and then I would wear rubber bands to lift those teeth up. So I'm really glad I've avoided that so far. Hopefully that won't come into my future. So like I said, I'm on a little mini Mago, and this one just covers my front 4 teeth on the top, here to here. And then that's just an easy way of making sure that my jaw is in the right place and that I don't have too much of an open bite. So hopefully my braces will be coming off sooner rather than later, but if not, that's okay. I want my jaw to be healthy. Eventually, I probably will have some of my back teeth and teeth on the right side built up a little bit so that my teeth fit where they're supposed to, and then my jaw stays in the right place. And hopefully I won't have a round 7 with braces once these come off. So all of that being said about braces, I just wanted to let you guys know that Bailey Orthodontics is the office that's doing my braces, and if you're looking for a place that's really going to take care of you and make your awesome smile even better than it is right now, definitely check out Bailey Orthodontics in Colorado Springs, Colorado. They are seriously the sweetest staff. Dr. Bailey is wonderful. He's so kind, and it's just a really great welcoming place. I highly suggest them. So thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me today. If you have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to let me know either here in the comment section on YouTube, or you can find me on other social media, and I have those links in the description of this video. Thank you guys.